But that's what it's going to look like without the primary mat, which will be Yukon and Motherlode. When you go to tear them apart, they're going to rip. They can and will rip on you, and you're going to end up with chunks. What I've been liking to do, if I'm smart, is actually it's always on this side right here, on the tail side of hog mats. What I like to do is run a bead of glue along this bottom line all the way down it, trying not to get it inside the square. I just want it right there on the edge, on that angle ramp. And then what I'll do is I'll put skips. 1, 2, 3, 4. Little skips on the top run. So when I slide them together, this one locks into the bottom of that one right here. Okay, but when you take them apart, if you flex them really hard, the CA glue will crack. The super glue will crack and it'll pull apart, but it does yank every now and then little pieces. So in order to get it back fit again, what I've learned is actually if you get one of the stone wheels, the stone wheel attachments from a Dremel tool, that stone wheel attachment, well, I should go ahead and fire it up and show you. The stone wheel attachment will sit there and chew off the cryo acetate glue and not dig into the Hi everybody. Well, I'm doing the last glue joint. I figured I'd go ahead and show you guys what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. So using the Gorilla super glue, it's kind of the thicker stuff. It's not the super thin. I pick it up. May have to zoom in on it just a little bit, baby. I don't know. I like to put one full bead across this bottom edge because it's just a thin, small edge. With it being a thin, small edge, you have less to take and try to cut apart later on in the fact. And then I'll put 4 dots. Right there, there, and there. Trying not to get the glue down into that joint. I'll block them all together. Give a couple pushes backward and forward like that. I've got my triangle ruler. I like to go ahead and just put it right on the very edge. Like Duck does, push it down a little bit, hold it for a couple of seconds, come back about 1/4 of an inch, and do it again. And just those few seconds is enough to allow that glue to set. Now I'll go ahead and I'll wait a minute here. And then, obviously, the glue will stick to the table. I'll flip it over. And measure it, tear, stick. That glue joint is ready to go to capture gold. Another helpful hog hint. Later. Alright, here is the newest configuration. So by the time it goes all the way to the header box, my thing coming out, this is just an old piece of, actually that's a really old piece of Razorback. And that right there is the mud mat section, 6-inch, another piece of mud mat. And by then it's going to go ahead and start turning into the flare, going down this loose box. I'll start it out, and this is the way I'm going to alternate all the way down the sluice box with interrupters. Yukon, the Yukon mat, I'm hoping the sand is just sitting there going like this, all the way across. And I've already seen a lot of gold captured from sand in the Yukon mat. Nothing on top of it, just letting the sand go over it. Acts like a big monster washer mat. Okay, so we already got this one going up and down. And now we're going into the new mother lode. Now this new mother lode has been capturing great gold because it's a whole bunch of little tiny vortexes. So it's a very active mat. This new mother lode is a very active mat, so it exchanges a lot of the material out of it, but the heavies really stick into it. So I'm going to alternate the Yukon, the mother lode, the Yukon, the mother lode. And then, after I have, basically that's 1 foot right here, and another foot right here. So that's 2 foot of mat that's going to be capturing out of the sand. Then I'm going to go into one of 2 different flow interrupters that I'm adding. This first one is my talon mat, because I like the talon mat. It's got the claws. It's got the claws. We're going to grab the gold. So then we're going on down to, and the first 2 top sections are 10 mats long. So there we got that one. And here comes the next one. Excuse me. So that one spell right there at the bottom of that first mat, we're only going to, after the flow interrupter, we're only getting a set of 2. 1, 2. With the flow interrupter, the talon, and 1, 2, Yukon, mother lode. And then we're going to have another interrupter again. But this one's going to be the mud mat. Now, one of the things I liked about the mud mat, it acted like it was almost a vacuum. It really wasn't a throw riffle. It acted more like it was just sucking the material back into the grooves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, it just acted like all the material was wanting to suck back into it. It holds a lot of good material. So, material is going across the other mats. All of a sudden, now it's getting stuck, and it's going to start coming back out. And then we're going back over the Yukon again, doing the up and down, nice and smooth. And then the vortex, up and down, then the vortex, and now, so, oops, this one here is going to be longer. 1, 2, 3. So I got 3 foot of just that. Then another flow interrupter. And it's going to be another mud mat. Then the Yukon mother lode again. And I think it's going to have an interrupter again. Oops. Come on, turn it over. Yep. Yeah, but it's another piece of talon. And then it goes on all the way, the rest of it, just the Yukon right here, and the mother lode. The Yukon, it's just great big, nice and smooth, so the sand goes up and down, up and down, up and down. And it's allowing it to just kind of move like that. And then when you hit this mother lode's got nice little grooves in the bottom of it and everything, or a nice V. But it throws little vortexes, little round vortexes all the way down. And it's sucking it down into it. So both mats I've seen catch a lot of gold. This mat should be the ultimate sand mat. So I think, well, I'm going to try my darndest Sunday to go out Sunday. I'm going to hit right beside. I got 17 grams that one day, but what I'm looking for, what I'm after, and this is why I keep changing mats and keep trying. I want the top of the sluice box to hold the most amount of gold, middle, and then the end, hardly nothing. That's the goal. And do it consistently. That's what's going to really matter, is doing it consistently. And I think this is the mat that's going to do it. Anyhow, till Sunday, see if I'm right or wrong. Ray, later out, dudes.